Welcome to the Healing Hour, and this is Tyhson Banighen, and I'm with you for the next hour to answer all your questions on dowsing and energy healing, help you get out of your way and get you back on track. So if you'd like to phone in for a clearing or a healing, feel free to do so. Toll free in North America, 1-866-369-7464. If you're coming in internationally, it's by WhatsApp, 1-250-803-2480 is a way that you can get hold of me. You can also text me that number as well. And we're standing by to answer all your questions about what's up in your life and any help that you may want to get out of your own way. So we do have a guest, and she's from Israel, Deborah, and we'll see if she shows up. I know it's 11 o'clock at night there, and somehow she got kicked off prior to the show. So we may or may not be honored by having her show up. So in the meantime, let me talk about what's up. So don't forget, we have at 3 p.m. today, Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the Garden Like a Guru show. And you're one may be wondering, well, why would I want to come to that show? Well, if you're planting a garden or thinking about planting a garden, and by the way, it's not too late. Most people in North America really only start their garden for some reason according to the May long weekend. So the May long weekend just happened. And so there's still a time for you to get your garden going. And if that's you and you're just starting, or even if you're partway into doing your garden, then the Garden Like a Guru show is what you want to tune into, because it has all the tricks and tips about how to manage your garden, all the way from starting your seedlings all the way to transplanting and managing your garden. Lots of information, lots of content. There's two ways you can join us. You can join us at the Inner Garden Circle at $99 a month, which gives you unlimited access to all the materials, which includes a calendar, an awesome calendar, which I'll just happen to have right here, which is the Wise Woman 2021 calendar, and it tells you how to plant and when to plant according to the moon and to the energy that is according to the stars. So this is the biodynamic way of planting. And as you can see on the chart here, it will give you all of what the planetary conjunctions and where the moon is and whether it's a time to be planting or not, or trimming or whatever the activity is in the garden. So for example, there's planting days and there's leaf stem days, there's blooms and flowers day, there's a root day, there's a fruit day, and there's do no work in the garden day, where you just get into your hammock and look at the garden, have some tea and enjoy it. So Garden Like a Guru, come and join us. And part of that at the $99 level is yours truly will provide you with a Spirit of the Land assessment for your home and garden, and increase the energy and productivity by as much as 30% by having us do a look at your garden. And we can do that from afar, and also we can do it by video or by Zoom. So that's at the $99 level, and also you get the calendar or the journal along with the calendar. This is my journal here, and it has all the planting dates and everything, lots of room to write in here about what you're doing in the garden. And again, it's got all of the planetary alignments and what you can or can't do in the garden to on each particular day. So that at the $33 level, you get a reduced rate on the seeds and on those on the journal and on the calendar. The 99 level, that's all included. So those are two ways you can join us. You just type in, go to the Wellness Academy, and just type in under the right-hand side under Find the Garden, the Inner Garden, or the Circle, or the Garden Circle. The Inner Garden Circle is a $99 one. The Garden Circle is a $33 a month. So join us at 3 p.m. Pacific time for the Garden Like a Guru show. So I'm excited to announce, well, maybe I should let people know that I am available for doing clearings and healings on this show. It's toll-free in North America. This is a live show that you can phone in, 1-866-369-7464. The number should be on your screen. Feel free to phone in and receive a clearing. So I've just created a laser-focused coaching program because a lot of people that are going through these really difficult times with all these energies that are flooding planet Earth, with all the conjunctions and solar eclipses and moon cycles and upgrades and solar flares and etc. A lot of people are feeling a bit beside themselves or out of sorts. And if that's you and you'd like to have me provide some clearing for you on an ongoing basis, the laser focused coaching program is for you. It's available in 15-minute components anytime when I'm available. So you just text me or phone me, and if I'm not available, I will get back to you as soon as possible. And in that 15 minutes, I will do a clearing for you, give you some homework. You do the homework, and then you can phone me again. So unlimited 15-minute calls for the year for $997 US for Americans, and internationally, and $997 Canadian for Canadians. So that's the laser focused coaching, so that you can get the help that you want when you want on, it could be a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, but unlimited 15-minute calls for 1 year at $997 is a real steal. To work with me for 1 month is $997. And so for $997, you get to work with me for a year. All right. So the other program, which I'm excited, is the Empath Success Formula. And this really comes from the fact that I work with empaths, psychics, and highly gifted people to help them get out of their way and deliver their passion to the world. And I really found that most empaths are struggling to create a livelihood, and most of them have spent a lot of agonizing time trying to fit into the status quo and the 9-to-5 job, which just doesn't work for them. I know for myself, it never did work as well, until I realized that I really wasn't here to fit in. I was here to change the world that I live in. And if this is you and this makes sense to you, that you realize that you're not here to fit in, but you know that you are here for something bigger. You're not sure what it is, but you would like to get focused on that and get it done in this incarnation, then this is a program for you. It's called the Empath Success Formula. It's a 3-month program. In the first month, you learn what divine gifts are flowing through you and what percentage, what it means when that flow is unobstructed, what sort of the gifts that you have, what sort of superpowers or empathic gifts you have, and also what happens when you don't stay in the flow, what obstructions will reoccur on a continuous basis. It's like a reoccurring loop, of tape, that these same problems will come up over and over and over again. And once we know that what that is and discover what's in the way, then we do some deeper work. And we can do that in 3 different ways. We do it through the Quantum Sound Healing Program, which is, there's more information in your voice than there is in your fingerprint. And we then do a session with that. And then you have 30 days plus to listen to a 30-minute audio file that clears the bottom end of what no longer serves you in your bioenergy field. I like it because there's no way your conscious mind can make any sense out of what the sounds are all about. It's just pure sound. So I call it the no fuss, no muss, no analytic couch process to clear yourself of what no longer serves you. You also receive structured water, which is 8 ounces of structured water, which makes up 8 American gallons of water. You drink 4 to 5 glasses of that structured water, which has your clearing intention in that water. It hydrates the cells, flushes out the toxins, and puts in that intention into your cells at the cellular level. So it's a great way to help yourself get out of your way. A more conscious way of dealing with whatever might be in the way is clearing toxic emotions and core fractures. That's another deep dive in which we look at what trauma is in the way, usually between the ages 0 and 7, or sometimes it's prenatal, or even can be past life. And we find the most traumatic event, and we focus on that. And then we discover why it is that you chose to have that set up in this lifetime, what it is that you can learn from it. And once you do learn what it is, then that releases the energy that is blocked behind that traumatic experience. It could be from a near-death experience, loss of a loved one. It could be from anything from, an alien abduction. It could be from incest. It could be from any trauma like that has rewritten your DNA. So we go in and we remove that. And if we get the right vibrational one, the strongest one, it takes out all the traumas like a domino effect. So we're always looking for the deeper one, and that helps you clear. So once you know what your divine gifts are, and you know how to get out of your own way and get back into the flow, which means that you're in the right place at the right time for synchronicity to occur in your life. And then the next step is, what is this incarnation all about anyway? Once you discover that, then we can then take your unique gifts, your empathic gifts, and begin to create a program or a livelihood that matches why you're here, your intention or your focus for this life. And once you do that, then all of the energy of heaven and earth begins to align with your intention, because you're doing what you're here to do. And then a life becomes much easier as you manifest that into reality. So that's a 3-month program. And it also provides you a link, affiliate link to the coach I work with, which will take you through the business to be able to launch online courses, which we will be able to help you host in the Wellness Academy and help you market your course. So if you're in that, if there are somebody that would like to get out of your own way, and you know that you are here to do something greater than what you're doing now, and you're ready to put in the time and effort to get from where we are to where you want to be, then the Empath Success Formula is a great way for me to help you be the best that you can be. So there you are. Those are the programs that are upcoming, and I would love for you to join and be part of that. There's also launching other certification courses. So if you want to know about working with the land and healing the land and removing trauma from the land, then there's a course to do that. And if you want to also learn about dowsing and energy healing as a certified practitioner or distant healing, there's courses in that as well. So the Earth Wisdom Geomancy course is really teaching you how to remove trauma from the earth. So the individual trauma that we talked about, removing core fractures, is actually collective trauma, gets locked into the energy ley lines of the earth. So for example, any place where there's been war or trauma, that trauma is locked into the energy of the land and needs to be released. So if that's something that you'd like to learn how to do, how to clear houses, buildings, how to increase the livelihood and production on a farm or in a garden, or even to have the best tenants that you could possibly have aligned to the rental that you want to manage, or maybe having difficulty selling or buying a property that's aligned to what your purpose is, then learning how to do that is really valuable. And as I mentioned in the beginning, that's what this land assessment is all about as well, that's what I help you do in that program there, is do a assessment of your property and find out what's going on and how to make that more productive for you. So we've got Deborah has shown up, and we'll let her in. There you are. Hi. We lost you, but you're found again.
Yeah, that was so Mercury retrograde.
Oh, right. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Lovely seeing you again.
Yeah, it's great to see you. So I was asking you before you bleeped out. So it's around what time is it in Israel?
Yeah, it's 11:15 p.m. I'm not a pumpkin yet.
Wow, no. Yeah, be careful of that, right? We don't want you to turn into a pumpkin. So how are things with you? How's the family?
Oh, everything to be grateful for. And uh, yeah, I'm just very grateful. I've got some kids away at school, and I've got one at home. And my husband and I both work from home. And we both work on the topic of miracles and the Great Awakening and the redemption, spiritual topics. So I can really only say, thank God.
Yeah, thank God. So tell us a little bit about your ease and flow and your program.
So I had a very big and beautiful kind of up-leveling in my consciousness where I realized that my life is all about recognizing how the divine is creating miracles for us all the time, and we can really partner with that. And so part of my story is, well, first of all, I overcame multiple sclerosis to the shock of my doctors, who said it was an incurable disease. So that was beautiful. That was a healing journey. And then there's the other story that I just started telling now after about 19 years of not really talking about it, which was when I was 7 months pregnant with my first child. I was on my way to the doctor, and I was actually attacked and stabbed in the back by a terrorist. And I walked away from that. Actually, I ran away from that. And it was a complete miracle. The knife actually broke in 3 pieces. And my reaction after that was, I'm glad it happened to me because I can handle this. So there was something in me that was very resilient. But I tucked that story away, kind of in the back of my mind. I didn't want to scare people with it, certainly not my family. I didn't want them to worry about it. I didn't want to compromise my child's privacy. So I kept that story pretty quiet for about 19 years. And so now I feel like we're in a time where that story needs to be told. And I need to remind myself and also be kind of a spokesperson for the divine for other people who have lost hope, who are ill, who are watching loved ones struggle, and so on. To say my message, which is we're being watched over all the time.
Right.
We're not in control. The divine is in control. The fact that I survived and so many other people in that time in Israel, 2002, did not survive acts of terrorism. The fact that I survived only meant that I had more work to do here on the planet. I wasn't done.
They weren't done.
So it wasn't done. So the divine is so the divine is with you all the time. It's all about doing what you have to do and trusting that you're being supported in big ways. And the more that we can surrender into that trust, the more we can really co-create those miracles with the divine. So that's kind of the focus of my ease and flow work right now.
And you have clients from around the world, right?
That's right. So I have private work with clients where we either do a short-term kind of jumpstart, get started, partnering with the divine and start undoing these old habits that are getting in our way and self-sabotaging and creating new habits. And then we have, longer transformation, a deeper dive where we're seeing more and more changes and transformations in health and wellness and relationships. So yeah, there's different ways that I'm working with people.
Yeah, so are you doing any group sessions? I know that we did group together, but have you continued to do any group, or are you doing it all just one-to-one now?
You know what? I'm actually starting now, Tyson. There's this phenomenon happening. I don't know if it's something in your area, but we have, a new medical treatment that's been kind of happening. And uh, don't really want to say the name, but people who haven't been getting this medical treatment for a particular virus that's been going around the world, people who haven't been getting that treatment are getting sick. And they're calling it, the phenomenon is called shedding.
Yeah.
And these are oftentimes people who are very health conscious, spiritually conscious. And so now I actually have a group that brings divine energy to support them in their healing of these issues, particularly women who are struggling with changes in their menstrual cycle, headaches, aches and pains, nosebleeds, things like that. So that's something really exciting that I'm doing now. That's a beta program. We're doing 3 months and kind of seeing the success that comes out of that. So that's something brand new that nobody else is doing. So that's really exciting for me right now.
Yeah, I might be able to help contribute to that. In we've just last Wednesday did a virus immunity upgrade, which is the Divine Mother Energy that we were gifted to run, not only for the one that we're talking about, but for all future one as well, because it's mutating so fast. So it would go along really well. I know you're dealing with one, with the phenomena that for those that have not had the shot about what's happening with them, but this would be good to have let people know so that even shedding isn't a problem. In other words,
After this gets filled, I'm going to move on to that other group that did get adverse effects, are experiencing neurological difficulties, thanks to the respiratory system, different kinds of muscular issues.
Are you finding that mostly is with women?
No, that's overall. That's across the board. I just find that in the healing environment, just working with women, it enables them to really open up and be vulnerable with their emotions. Keeping the group kind of to women only, but me personally, I don't have any personal limitations. Working with all kinds of people, I just, for the privacy of the group, I like to keep it just to women. That's exciting that you're doing that.
Yeah, it's a brand new energy that came through, and it's pretty powerful. It also deals with molds and other things as well. So it's much more, well, the first one coming through was just, focused on the one virus we're talking about, but the new one that's come through is much more holistic in its approach to dealing with it. I've always felt that a virus is, well, our whole evolution of our consciousness and our immune system is based on viruses anyway. So it's not as though they're our enemy. It's actually how our DNA is transformed and how we evolve. So, I've always felt that one that was causing so much problem as part of our planetary upgrade that we're in the midst of participating in. Of course, there's two ways that can be approached. One is with fear, and then that triggers, I think, a whole reaction to the virus in a way in which I wouldn't want to have it to experience. And the other is a more positive one, knowing that whatever symptoms that you receive are part of the upgrade, and that you can then go through it with a different attitude. So I think a lot of, we know this from science, that a lot of our immunity is really compromised by our fear or doubt or shame or guilt or any of our negative emotions. So learning how to manage our emotions, like you are talking about, being in the ease and flow, is so critically important to be able to stay healthy. So that's really wonderful. I know we worked on the mastermind group together, which was really for empaths and conscious people that were really in their own way of delivering their passion to the world. And that was really like a test program, and And I've really been thinking about that. So I just launched what's called the Impasse Success Formula. It's a 3-month program in which we will help the impasse, highly sensitive people, planetary change agents, gifted people to, one, get out of their own way. What are their divine gifts? What are the energies from the divine that are flowing through them? What is this incarnation all about? How to get out of their own way, which is the sort of work that you and I are really good at doing, right? Getting into the trauma and releasing the trauma. And then the next thing, what is this incarnation all about? What are these divine gifts? And what happens when you are not in the flow? How to get back in the flow as quickly as possible, which is the work that you're called to do as well. And then how do you take your divine gifts and your soul purpose and make it into a profitable business? And so that's what the program was. It's a 3-month program. It's $9.97 a month, or full pay for $2,500. I'm excited about it because I've done all the components to it, but I've never brought all the components together in one holistic approach for these types of people to help them get out of their way.
That's beautiful. And I have such good updates from a couple of people that went through our program. I'm not going to give any names, but one of them now is getting business. They don't even have to try. Business is just coming to them because they're so cleared out of their blocks and just magnetized to attracting their perfect clients and being able to recognize if the client's not meant for them. So that's a huge success for one of our people. I thought I'd share that with you. Another one now has a community of 1,000 people.
Say that again, you're breaking up a bit.
Newsletter that goes out.
Did you say they had a community?
Okay, sorry. Another one of our members, I want to report 1,000 people. They have a newsletter. Let me know if I go out again. Community that the newsletter is all about trusting in the divine process of life. That they put out weekly in conjunction with their wife, so they're working like a team, and so that's really good news also, because they learn to get out of their own way.
Yeah, it was really, for us, it was sort of our gift to humanity. We didn't make a lot of money out of it, but I'm really excited that people got major shifts out of it, or some of them did. So that makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's just not about the money, it's about our love to bring about planetary transformation, which really begins by freeing each person from their own individual trauma. Mm-hmm. So they can show up and be the best. So I know that you were suggesting that you'd like to have the opportunity to work with me and give an example of how you work. Is that correct?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do some healing.
All right. And don't forget that this is, you can phone in toll free if you would like to receive a healing from Devora or myself. It's 1-866-369-7464, toll free in North America. If you want to come in by WhatsApp internationally, it's 1-250-803-2480, or you can text us, or you can leave your comments wherever you're watching the show, and hopefully we'll pick them up. And if we don't get them this week, we'll get them next week. All right, take it away.
Yeah, so at this hour, I don't know how on board my intuition is going to be, but I can certainly create whatever energy program that you need in order to move you forward. So what we're going to do is just do some centering work. I invite you just to let your eyes close. And let's imagine roots growing down from the bottoms of your feet, down into the beautiful, nurturing earth. And I invite you to inhale up that beautiful energy in through your feet. And each time you inhale, inviting you to expand that light a little bit higher. So now up the legs. And releasing. And then the next time to the belly, and imagining you can expand around the belly. Expanding that energy. And now let that light come up to the torso, expanding around and releasing. And then next time up the throat. And letting that go. And then expanding the head with that beautiful earth energy. And releasing that down. And then imagine that you could open up the crown of your head, Tyhson, and invite the beautiful love and light of the divine universe through the crown of your head, down the spine, down the legs, and into the earth, right? So being an antenna, connecting a dowsing rod. So gently placing your hand over your heart center. And I just learned that when you put your hand over your heart, it emits something like 100,000 photons of light or something really extraordinary like that. So just connecting to that great big heart energy. And having so much compassion for yourself, for whatever's showing up at this time. And everyone else who's with us could join us, of course, in your own meditation, following along. All right, so Tyhson, I'm here if you want to share something that you would like some clarity on or clearing or help with today.
I guess I'm still working with the divine flow of abundance and monetary. I got the abundance down correct, but not in the dollars and cents part.
All right, tell me more about abundance and how is abundance showing up for you?
We have a really powerful community. We have a wonderful garden. There is a lot of sharing going on. So yeah, what we need is basically delivered. But we don't have the rest of society like hydro bills and payments to different companies covered by doing the type of energy exchange that we're doing at the community level. So it's being able to move the concept of abundance into and prosperity, which is already flowing around us, into being able to activate it through the monetary system, right?
Yeah.
So that's really what we're working on. And I think it's not just me. I think it's also the other people that around me are a bit struggling with that or coming to terms in the two way.
Okay, and when you say around you, without getting into names for privacy's sake, are you talking in general or clients or business partners or?
I'm talking about people that live
if you want to share
on the property or in the surrounding neighborhood.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we can do some clearing for that too. Okay. So let's just take a look at that. Yeah. And so when it comes to the abundance that's coming in as sharing and in all these beautiful ways that you talked about, but that's not coming in monetarily. So we're going to ask the divine to just begin scanning your system to find any negative energy, unhealthy energy, or even abusive programming that's getting in the way from you manifesting your 100% divine potential when it comes to money. So we're starting that scan. Just being open to receiving any insights or information. And so we're scanning the energy and any portals or secret doorways in that energy to other systems of energy. And we're finding that it's very, very deep and complex. So we're going to now invite a scan to people on your property as well. And we're seeing there's some karmic debts there. So we're asking the divine to clear the karmic debts of any contracts, agreements, debts in all space, time, and dimension. And feel free if anything comes to you to share. Okay, so some space got cleared up there. Let's check back in your system. And we're sensing opening up. There's kind of like a garden-like, beautiful floral theme happening, beautiful colors emerging in your system, promise of abundance in the ways that you wish, in the ways that you desire. And as those blocks get found and cleared, the divine can then find a next level of blocks. So just allowing that to happen. As you hold so much compassion and unconditional love for yourself, Tyhson, there's so many more layers of compassion and love just waiting to be busted through. Like you might have an image of, let's say, in the Arctic, there are like these icebergs and global warming is making them melt. So you've got these pieces of very thick ice floating. So the heart, any blocks around the heart are melting, and yet there's still some there. So we're inviting you to open up even just a tiny bit more, a little bit more light into your heart for yourself, wherever you are now, self-compassion. So we can melt a little more of that Arctic ice, or however you might want to phrase that. Good job, beautiful. Okay. As you open up your heart more, you allow more room for that monetary abundance. So let's check in again. Oh, you're doing such beautiful work. You're receiving this so beautifully. We're sending you energy now for that creative impulse, connecting to the divine in new ways to allow money to flow in your life, right? So perhaps there's been a reliance on, we're opening you up to new ways of looking at creating money. And your system's receiving that very well. Wow. How are you doing?
Well, I'm pretty blissed out. So yeah, I mean, you got me with the energy running up from the earth and down from the heavens. That was pretty amazing. Could feel every bit of it. So yeah, I have, strangely enough, zero fear about any of this, even though I have no idea how it's going to manifest or work. So yeah, there's certainly ease and grace about it. We'll just see what the divine has in order, and how it manifests. But I feel very calm and very centered and very peaceful and very much in what you would call the ease and the flow, right?
That's beautiful. Yeah, a lot has been clearing. I always know my what's the word, tip for things being cleared is the yawning. If you could see me, I'm being very rude with the yawning, but that's just a sign that things are clearing from your system. And you've cleared a ton, really a lot. And I want to thank you for that beautiful transparency in what you needed. And let's thank the divine for the divine healing and the support. Oh, more is clearing. That's amazing. And so I'm going to let this scan go on for 3 more days. And so just be aware of any insights that come up, any new possibilities that emerge, any new opportunities, and let me know. Give me your feedback.
Sounds wonderful. So if you're out there and you're listening in and you would like to have an experience for yourself or receive a clearing, you can phone in toll free in North America, 1-866-369-7464. And if you don't phone in, that's fine. We'll just continue with our conversation. But feel free to have an opportunity for you to have a check-in. And what could be better than that? So thank you very much. That was really, really powerful. I love your heart. How did you get your heart in your description on your Zoom call? That's pretty
Oh,
nice.
my name? Yeah, my name. Oh, yeah, that's just Facebook symbols. I kind of
Paste it
got
in.
my special symbols that I like to use in my posts. Some people like they're really, really versatile. I just have, 4 or 5 main ones that I use. So I thought, why not stick it in my Zoom calls?
I like it. I'll probably copy that. I like that heart right there. It's a good place to have.
Yeah.
So, so once again, you are working with women, and particularly as they're going through major changes from those that didn't receive the jab, so to speak, right? And are having
Yeah.
symptomatic occurrences being around those that did. Did I get that right?
Yeah, that's the new group that it's forming now. And that's it. That's exciting. I'm going to be doing scans such as these on basically we all have certain levels of programming in our DNA.
Yeah.
And you look at like a genealogical chart, you can only see how far it goes back, in your family tree. The truth is, if you go back 20 generations, you've got like 1 million influences on your DNA. Like there's actually 1 million people in only 20 generations. And if you go 30 generations back, now I did the math. I'm not the best math student, but I did use a calculator, Tyson, and I saw that if you go 30 generations back, there's 1 billion influences on your DNA.
Yeah,
it's
I love
incredible.
what you're doing, because according to
Yeah.
Dow, just to give you some figures there, because I did the same thing as you. If we work on the Dow and we go work on our clearing, we're clearing 6 generations back and 8 generations into the future. That's 435,000 souls that you're working on every time that you do what you're doing. So so that's only that's 5. So that's only like 15 generations, and you're going about 20, 30. So and all that trauma, well, all, both the good and the bad and the ugly is all within the DNA. And so this is what we inherit. And the interesting thing is, a soul, we don't inherit any of that. It's when we incarnate into a body that it's in the DNA and in the lineage. And a lot of us are here, at least certainly my belief, to clean this up once and for all. So that may be you. So as an empath, one of the important things to remember is that what you're feeling and if you feel overwhelmed, it may be not just your stuff. It may be your soul lineage, or it could be your family of origin. It could even be your star family that you're working on. So what I like to do with those people that are overwhelmed is bring that to sort of neutral for a while and have them learn where their boundaries are, so they can learn how to clear themselves before they step into all this other stuff that they said, hey, I'll incarnate and clear up the family tree, right? And that can get really overwhelming. So we have a comment here. We have a few comments here. So Sander joined us, and Donna Kierman said, wow. So that's pretty cool. So so if you'd like to phone in, Donna or Sander, feel free, toll free, North America, 1-866-369-7464. Thanks for listening in, and we're really pleased that you're getting something from the show. We love to talk together anyway, but it's nice when other people can get benefit out of it as well. So
yeah, we can butt in our conversation. That's totally fine. Speaking of butting in, that issue of boundaries that you brought up is so important, Tyson, especially empaths, and I include myself in there too.
Absolutely.
If you're an empath and you don't have your personal boundaries, you're not maximizing your potential.
No.
Because you need to be your own complete vessel. How are you going to help other people, your family, your clients? If you're a healer, if you don't have boundaries, how can you have that relationship with the divine that's meant to be yours? And also, having, we know the effects of bad boundaries. It just doesn't create the best quality of life that is waiting for us. So I love the work that you're doing with that, with your empaths, Tyson.
Yeah, and the other side of that is when you do have clear boundaries and you are taking back your personal power and standing in your truth and know how to do that, then you do have the gifts that you're talking about, which is the ease and flow in your life, right? And you do have that connection with the divine, and that guidance becomes crystal clear. So it's well worth the effort to learn how to get out of your own way. And of course, that's what the deep clearing protocol is all about. It's a 21-day clearing protocol to help you learn how to take back your personal power and stand in your truth no matter what. And so it's a great place to start. It's only $25. And also, there's also Michael, who is coordinating the show in the background, and his wife, Darlene, periodically do a mastermind, which is a group action. And we found where two or more are gathered, there am I. And therefore, the action when you do the deep clearing protocol with somebody else is extremely powerful. And the clearing goes deeper and further and quicker by working in a group. Well, we lost Devorah, probably the connection between in here, Israel, and here at nearly midnight is getting a bit shaky, and probably time for her bed anyway. So thank you, Devorah. If you jump on, that would be great. And if you can't, we understand. So thank you for the healing and the blessings that you have. And we also have, and we'll have in the show notes that you can get hold of Devorah through easeandflowsoul.com and have a session with her, or better yet, if you're having the symptoms that she was talking about from the jab, then feel free to get hold of her. This is a call from Sauk, British Columbia. Hello, welcome to the Healing Hour. Hello.
Hi, calling you from the Legal Department of Service Canada. Purpose of this.
Well, the Legal Department of the Service of Canada is calling us on the Wellness Show. Well, if you get a call from the Revenue Canada or the Legal Department of Service Canada, then you know that it is not a true call, because they don't phone you. At least that's my experience. Anyway, we're near the top of the hour, but we do have a few more minutes. We have 10 more minutes to answer your call. 1-866-369-4 to get your opportunity to ask me any questions about dowsing, energy healing, or receive a clearing. So don't forget, we're back with the Garden Like a Groove show at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget, there's still time to get your garden in and join us in the inner garden circle or the garden circle in the Wellness Academy and get that garden planted. I cannot tell you how important this is at this particular time to be able to become self-sufficient as much as possible in the production of food. And not only is it a good idea, but it really, really is very powerful from a healing perspective to eat your food that you produce, because it has all the energy of you working with the garden divas and energies and fairy kingdom and all the rest in the garden. You're making that co-creative relationship. So the vitamins and nutrients and the plants that you produce in your garden will be so beneficial with you compared to those industrial produced vegetables that you buy at your local supermarket. And of course, if you want to have something between your own garden and then, and your own garden in a supermarket, you could also find out where you can buy, organic produce from a locally produced farmer. And that's a good way to go as well. So we really encourage you to eat healthy, right? Eat healthy because it makes you healthy and wise. Devorah is back. Welcome back.
I am back. That's that Mercury thing happening again.
Yeah, I thought, well, maybe it's their bedtime. It's getting close to your bedtime anyway.
I would never just leave you like that, Tyson.
Oh, I thought, well, who knows? She's just gone. All right, so don't forget you can phone in toll free, North America, 1-866-369-7464. I know most of you know that this is the regular show time for the Healing Hour. So just to let you know, we're here, same time, same place every week at 1 p.m. Pacific time for 1 hour to answer all your questions on dowsing and energy healing, help you take back your personal life and stand in your truth no matter what. All the courses that I offer are in the Wellness Academy, which is still under construction. All of the products, books, and services to better your life are in the Wellness Store, www.thewellnessstore.ca, which is at the same site as well. Still upgrading as we go. Don't forget, you can get the deep clearing there. You can also sign up for laser focus coaching, which is 15-minute quick sessions when you need it to receive a clearing or a healing, get out of your own way. 1 year of 15-minute sessions, as many as you want. Mind you, I'm going to give you homework, and if you don't do the homework, you can't phone me. So you get a call, you get homework, you do the homework, and then you can call me again. So as many 15-minute calls as you want in 1 year for $997. So it's a great deal. Work with me for just 1 month is $997. So it's a great way to work with me for 1 year. Laser focus coaching.
I love that service. It's such like a concierge service, you know, to be there available, to hold space for someone for a whole year. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, I've actually had people that have paid $997 for that service, right? I mean, they could have had more, but that's all they wanted. They just wanted to be able to phone me at any time and be able to receive a clearing or have assistance. Hello, welcome to the Healing Hour. Hello. Hello. Who are we talking to?
Hi there.
Hi there.
Hi, is this Tyhson Banighen
It
show?
is, and you're on the Healing Hour.
I am. Well, thank you. I'm going to try to turn down the background.
All right.
Thank you very much. It was lovely to listen to both of you today.
Well, thank you.
And yeah, just lovely. I was familiar with your program, Tyhson, a couple of years ago, and I just have a quick question. In the interim, that was about 3 years. Both my parents have passed, and I guess if I had a question for healing or some assistance would be how at this, I'm actually a healer. I did have a practice in New York, and then I came down to an area in Jersey to assist my parents, and they're both have passed now, one in Florida and one in Jersey. And I guess my question is, I'm surrounded with all my family who have taken the V.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who has not. And all extended family. And then all my neighbors in this area, the same thing. Is there, wait, let me just get clear. I'm not positive what to ask for, but I'm looking for a way to align with a new direction, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, that allows me to, not be in battle with people who make different choices, and to, love their choices, but to also carve out something that would help me move in a direction I know that I'm going in. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. Well, there's a number of symptoms because of being around all that, which you were talking about. Then Devora can help you with her new program that she's just launched. Are you free of any symptoms at this point?
Well, strangely enough, I thought I was pretty clear. I actually had to do a conference in Seattle. Yeah. And when I came back from Seattle, now I'm of an age where I'm post-menopause. So I was very surprised I started to get pelvic pain. And I'm out of menopause at least 10 years.
Right.
So that I wondered if that had anything to do, because I was around a lot of young people, and all the young people in Seattle have gotten they're very compliant. So I wondered about that, and then I wondered about muscle pain that kind of comes and goes that I've never had before.
Wow, let's ask Devora. So what's your experience in this area, Devora?
So as I am kind of listening, overhearing in different, social media platforms, people's experiences, these do sound like symptoms that other women are experiencing that are in the presence of people who did take the medical intervention. And so, yeah, so that's not, I wouldn't rule it out. It sounds very, very familiar in those circles.
So you might want to get a hold of Deborah, www.easeinflowsoul.com, and have another conversation with her, go deeper, and see if that's going, what's going on. With regard to reprogramming, so to speak, your life and having a new sense of direction, I highly recommend the Impact Success Formula, where I will help you discover your divine gifts, what's flowing through you, what this incarnation is all about, and do an alignment between what you're here to do in this incarnation and manifesting it into a productive business. So that new focus is helping people like you get back on track. I know you've done this before, so it's just like what you were doing before with the new energy, so that you can get going again. So you'd be an ideal client in that regard. If you just head over to the Wellness Academy and type in under the search the Impasse Success Formula, the program will come up. Give it a check, and if you want to get back to me, it's the same toll-free number that you can check out. Okay.
Okay.
So thanks for phoning in.
I will do that. Thank you.
Yeah, we're pleased that you could get some feedback on what's happening in your life, and we're back next week. Catch you then.
Okay.
All right. Bye for now.
Very good. Thank you both.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye now. Thank you.
So we're just got 2 more minutes to go. What's that? Did you say something, Michael? We had a background noise from Michael. It was producing 2 minutes to the top of the hour. We do have room for 1 more call if somebody wants to squeeze that in. We do thank you all for listening in. Obviously, some people are listening into the show and haven't felt the need to phone in, so we appreciate whatever way you're digesting. If you're listening to this call after the fact and want to have a session, you can reach either one of us through the links that will be in the show notes to have a session with either one of us. So we welcome you to do that. And I think we're going to call it a wrap. I think we're at the top of the hour. So the last parting words that you like to say, Deborah.
What I always like to end with is much love, many blessings, and remember, it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. This is a time of great personal and planetary transformation. Just hang in there. You can do this. We can do this. We can make this a better world to live in. And we're in the midst of doing that. We're in the midst of creating heaven on earth. And you're part of that planetary change agents that are here to do the job. So blessings to all of you. Same time, same place next week. Until then, be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Bye for now.
Bye, everybody.